Welcome grade 9 students. We are now in week 6 of chapter 1, entitled Species Extinction and Adaptation. This week objective relates species extinction to the failure of population of organisms to adapt to abrupt changes in the environment. What is biodiversity? Came from the word bio means life and diversity, variety. Biodiversity is the variety of life in an area. It is all the different kinds of life you will find in one area. The variety of animals, plants, fungi, and even microorganisms like bacteria. Biodiversity that make up our natural world. Each of these species and organisms work together in an ecosystem, like an intricate wave to maintain balance and support life. Index of diversity, a mathematical measure of species diversity in a community. It is also a measurement that describes the relationship between the number of species present and how each species contributes to the total number of organisms that are present in that community. What is trying to show here in the two pictures? It represents high and low diversity. How can we measure the population density? Population density is the number of organisms in an area. It is the average number of individuals in a population per unit of area or volume. For example, a population of 100 insects that live in an area of 100 square meter has a density of one insect per square meter. Next, limiting factors. Anything that limits the size of a population, like certain environmental conditions, keep a population from increasing in size and help balance an ecosystem. Limiting factors usually expressed as the lack of particular resources. For example, if there are not enough prey animals in a forest to feed large population of predators, then food becomes a limiting factor. Examples are availability of food, water, and living conditions such as light, temperature, and soil nutrients. Carrying capacity, the maximum population size an environment can support. If the population size rises above the carrying capacity, organisms die because not all their needs can be met. But what happens if the living conditions of their organisms are not ideal for their survival? Extinction happens when the last member of the species dies. A species becomes extinct if it can no longer adapt to changes in the environment and consistently compete with other organisms in its environment. These are the examples of extinct animals: dinosaurs, Tasmanian tiger, dodo, What are the threatened species? It occurs when the population of the species declining rapidly and may soon become endangered. Endangered species occurs when the population of a species has become so low that it is possible of becoming extinct. Examples include Philippine eagle, tamaraw, mouse deer, and dugong. Okay, these are the examples: monkey-eating eagle, tarsier, the negress breeding a heart pigeon. Extinct occurs when the last member of the species dies. Examples include the valley tiger and dodo. Cebu warty pig was declared extinct in 2000. What are the causes of extinction? Habitat loss, introduction of new species, pollution, population growth, overconsumption. Habitat refers to the place where an animal or plant species lives. This habitat consists of an appropriate mixture of 4 elements: food, water, shelter, and space. All species must have adequate habitat in order to survive. Habitat loss is the principal cause of habitat destruction, includes mining, logging, trawling, sprawling, and even pollution. Introduction of new species. When non-native plants or animals are introduced into an area, they may disturb the natural balance of ecosystem. Introduction of new species competing native species sometimes lead to extinction and altering ecosystem function. Another reason, pollution of any form, especially from pesticides, burning coal, oil, and gas, industrial plants, and automobile emissions all impact wildlife populations. Population growth. Today, there are over 6 billion people. As the human population continues to grow, so does the need for space for housing and food to accommodate needs. Lastly, overconsumption. Because of human overconsumption of the Earth's resources, the world is losing wild places and wildlife as the demand for foods, minerals, lumbers, and other resources increases. We are using Earth's natural resources in an unsustainable way, meaning we are using the resources faster than the Earth can produce them. After listening this week's topic, you're going to perform the learning activities. For learning task 1, write a simple paragraph about the changing environment in this time of pandemic. Cite at least 3 changes that you need to adopt in order to survive in the new normal. Complete the paragraph, adapting in the new normal life. These are the 3 changes that I need to adopt in order to survive in the new normal. You can find this on page 24 of your module. For learning task 2, complete the table to be familiarized with the extinct animals in the Philippines. Identify their common names and scientific name, as well as where the period they belong. You can find the common names and scientific names on page 25. For learning task 3, letter A, causes of extinction of species. Read the word in both columns, match column A with column B, and write your answer in your paper. Also, you're going to write an advocacy board. So, you have learned from the previous activity that one of the causes of extinction of species is disease or epidemics. Relating it to our present situation, do you think someday human beings will become extinct because of disease and pandemics? What program or projects you would like to propose to avoid the extinction of human beings to happen. Write your advocacy program or projects in your paper. And for learning task 4, answer the following question. Prepare a simple proposal to show your thoughts on the issue. Adaptation to changing environment. This activity increases your awareness and interest to do something for the changing environment. You're going to make a research entitled The Conflict Between Adaptation and Dispersal in Maintaining Biodiversity in Changing Environments. Make an analysis of the abstract of this research by identifying the objectives or purpose of the research, methodology or design, and findings. And summative test 3 will be given by your science teacher. Lastly, you're going to make or answer the performance test given by your science teacher. So here, you are an environmentalist working for a non-governmental organization. In one of the seminars that you have been attended, you have learned that one of the causes of extinction of species is disease or epidemics. As part of your organization's advocacy, your team leader assigned you to create an informational material on how to avoid the extinction of human beings to happen. The informational material of any form like flyer, brochure, infographic, multimedia, or video presentation. So upon approval, you will be used on your next awareness program and should be posted on your social media account with the hashtag Extinction and Share. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and happy working.